When I was much younger, it was almost 25 years ago this all happened, and I had my son Nicholas. He was the best little guy, and unfortunately at the time I was working so much, and I was taking classes still at the college. I was substitute teaching. I was working at a video store, and my mom was taking care of him after he got out of kindergarten every day. And I would just spend whatever time I possibly could with Nicholas. And I mean, he was like my best little friend. But every time we did something, I would be thinking to myself, I'm like, am I really a good dad? I mean, is he getting anything out of me? Because he's around my mom so much, and he's at school. I'm off doing things and working and taking classes, and I don't know. Am I any good at this? Am I making mistakes? And I mean, you just don't find these things out. You don't have a sign a lot of times. But one of the ways that we were able to spend time together is on Sunday. I had to work all day at this one video store. It was in Eureka, California, and Figuritos Video at the time, and it was big business in Eureka because there's really other than enjoying the surf and the redwoods, there's nothing to do apparently, because that's what we did. So my mom would do the laundry next door at the laundromat. And Nick would come in and spend time with me while I was working at the video store, and I had to check in movies, and so Nick would be just kind of around with me. And then I had responsibility for two sections out in the store. The comedy section, which was a big section, I had to keep it in alphabetical order, and I dusted it, and the documentary section, which I believe I may have been the only one ever to check anything from the documentary section. One time somebody asked, and I knew exactly where it was. I told them, I gave them a little review of the documentary, and they were like, I think you told me enough. So, well, anyway, I was out there and doing that, and he would just kind of follow me around. It was, us being kind of buddies. But I'm like, really, this isn't quality time with your kid. I mean, am I really rubbing off on him at all? And so, also, when I worked at the video store, I came up with like a little way to find out how to get your movie that you wanted. And somebody would say, can you recommend a movie? This is a very difficult situation. It is easy to say the wrong thing. And so what I would do is I'd walk over to the new release area and I would say, have you seen this? Like, pick the most popular movie at the time, like, say, Jurassic Park or something. And that's how long ago this was. They'd say, yeah, I saw that. And by the look on their face, you knew whether they liked it or not. You didn't have to ask. They'd say, yeah, I saw that. Okay. And you'd go to the next movie. Have you seen this? And then, you'd eventually find one they liked, and then you'd get it down to one that was like that they hadn't seen. It worked every time. And I didn't have to commit to anything. I just asked them what movie they had seen and watched their face. So I did this pretty often, and every day people would always ask for recommendations. So I was doing that, and one day I'm over in the comedy section dusting and alphabetizing, and my son was over on the other side. He's over there by in the kids section, and another little guy comes by, and I hear my son say, hear Nicholas say, have you seen this? How about this? I think you should pick Winnie the Pooh. And really, I couldn't argue with him. I mean, well, even if you've seen it, it's worth watching again. So I was like, yeah, it's a good choice. And he would do that every time a little kid came over. Of course, we were out of Winnie the Poohs after a while. But, he's a good salesman. So, one day I'm over in the documentary section, and he's on the other side. I can kind of see him there, and he's next to the new releases. And I'm alphabetizing, and it's pretty easy, and dusting, a lot of dust. And he says, and I hear him talking to somebody, and he says, have you seen this? And I'm not paying attention. I think it's another little kid. And this old guy says, no, I haven't seen that, son. He goes, have you seen this? "Oh yeah, I have seen that one. Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah, it was good." He goes, "How about this?" And the guy's just playing along. He's like, "Yeah, I've seen that." He goes, "Yeah, I've seen that." And he goes, "I think you should get Winnie the Pooh," which at the time had a new one out, a new video, and it was a collection of all of them. And he goes and he hands it to him, and I'll be darned if that guy didn't pick it up, and he rented it. So after that, he was just great at the video store, but I knew that, well, for good or bad, a little of me had rubbed off on him. And that's my story.